So, you know that I posted that video, like, first of all, I wanted to ask you, where did you find that Katie Ersta? Do I click on it? Because it didn't take me to a video, or do I have to go to her page?
Oh, yeah, I screenshotted it. You have to go to her Instagram.
Oh, her Instagram. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out because I didn't want to see that, and like it just popped up when I was going in the
Oh
team
my,
page.
she was so emotional. It made me cry. It was because she's a cancer survivor. If you
Yeah,
don't know her story, I
yeah,
figured you did.
yeah,
And one of her clients was, she was battling cancer and she passed away, and she goes through that a couple years ago. In the beginning, she was really salesy, and
yeah,
she's like really having a hard time taking that in. She's like, I can't believe I was like this to this beautiful person that, I pushed for money instead of actually talking to her. And she's like, I can see where I shifted within the years, that I really actually started to ask questions about her and not so much push a product and be a number and stuff. But she was really, really emotional about it. And that's what that video is about.
So was this someone that did join her team? It was a client of hers?
Yeah, it was, I believe it was a client of hers.
Okay. I will check it out. Thank you. Yeah, so I was going to talk about, I mean, that I think maybe that's something that everybody goes through, because that's definitely something that I went through, with coaching, is like I was trying to be a elite coach, I wanted to like be elite because that meant I was successful, quote unquote, or whatever. So I have to like push people for my goals. And what's crazy is like it takes a lot of effort to kind of switch like from that. And there are still times in my business where I go back to that. Like I'm like, oh shoot, I'm slipping into an old pattern. Like I don't want to be that anymore, So I have to like, I constantly have to be like I'm like, I go over here and I have to be like, come back. And I go over here and like, come back, like all the time, because I can easily, if I'm like pushing to hit Success Club or something, I can easily forget about like, this is a person and this is their life and this is their health and these are their goals. So a couple things I wanted to share. One, like I have this gratitude journal that, well, okay, let's take this back. So I've been doing this 21-day abundance meditation. It's like you listen to this guy. It's from the Deepak Chakra, whatever place. And this guy is like taking you through, I think it's like 12 to 15 minutes every day. It's a different one every day. And he goes through like the laws of abundance. And I'm on day, I think like 18 or something today. And I recognize that with Beachbody, because I've been with Beachbody for so long, I've been with Beachbody for 8 years. It's a relationship. I have a relationship with my business, right? It's just like a relationship that you have with the person. You have a relationship with your business. And the relationship with my business for so long was recognition and points and, success and money. And that I think when you are, this is my belief system anyway, is like when you show up as this particular person in this relationship, it's always going to see you as that, like that other person. You're always going to show up as that same person in the relationship, unless you're growing. So let me give you an example. So you meet someone and you have this relationship with them, a partner, right? I'm talking about like a romantic relationship, and you're with them and you guys go into these certain roles. Like you become the codependent and you're like all lovey-dovey and you want to do everything for them, and that's your role. And then they become maybe verbally abusive towards you because they think they can, and that's the role that you guys have. It's really difficult when you're in those roles for you to switch, like for you to change, because they've always seen you as this and you've always seen them as that. So it's almost like you have to get out of that relationship to change, because then you have to create new relationships with people that see you differently, because this person's always going to see you the same way. And so you're always going to keep showing up like that. So my belief is that when, like, for example, like I've had romantic relationships where I was like, oh, wow, like I showed up as this, I wasn't a very honest person, with them. It wasn't like, I wasn't lying to them about things. I just wasn't very honest with my life about my feelings, or like open. I wasn't very communicative. I didn't communicate how I felt. I would just like repress everything and get upset. And so I was like really a liar in the relationship. And so was he, but he was a liar in a much bigger way. But of course, that's what I attracted because that's who I was. And it took me getting out of that relationship for me to start being more honest with myself and start being more honest with people. So if I can take that and apply it to Beachbody, it's like, when I started Beachbody, I wanted to quit my anesthesia job. That was like, I needed to make a 6-figure income to quit my job. So that's what I was focusing on. So that was the energy that I was putting into it. So obviously along the way, a lot of people that I attracted, they saw that. They saw through my bullshit, oh, I just want to help people. It wasn't really I wanted to help people. I wanted to make money. And so I had a lot of coaches come in, and somehow I tricked them into thinking that I was this person that really cared about them. And then they came in and then I didn't really care about them. And so then they quit because they realized that I wasn't who, I was pretending to be. And so it's been interesting to see. I've had people that had been with me as coaches, like this girl who just signed up with another coach, and she was with me during that time when I wasn't really focused on helping people. I was focused on helping myself. So I'm not surprised that she decided to join another coach's team. But here's the thing that I came up with. I was really upset because this girl, I don't know if you saw that video of mine that I posted where she joined okay. All right. So here is how I can relate it to, here's why I created that. I still have a scarcity mentality when it comes to Beachbody. I still think that there's not enough people out there for all of us to be able to help people. So if I didn't have that scarcity mentality, then that wouldn't have affected me at all, that she decided to go with another coach, because I would have just been like, okay, whatever, next, It's because I have a scarcity mentality that I was like, oh my gosh, I need to have this girl on my team, because what if I don't meet other people that I know that are going to join my team? And so then I was thinking about it as like, we're a brand on social media. So I'm my own brand, you're your own brand, you're Stephanie Moore, fitness, or Steph Moore Fitness, or whatever it is. My brand is like spirituality and like fitness and animals and lifestyle and whatever. If I compare myself to like Nike versus Reebok, I'm Nike and you're Reebok. So people are going to go to Nike. There are certain people that like Nike for whatever reason. And people are going to go to you because they like Reebok for whatever reason. They're drawn to that brand. It's the same thing with us as coaches. So like if I'm a coach and my brand is like Nike coach and you're a Reebok coach, then I'm going to attract certain people to me and you're going to attract certain people to you. And if I opened up my doors as my Nike store and somebody came in, like this girl that decided to sign up, let's name her Susie, decided to sign up with another coach. Susie comes in and she's like, I'm going to check out all this Nike stuff. And she tries on a bunch of stuff and she tries on the shoes and she just doesn't feel like it's a good fit for her. Like they're not fitting her properly. She doesn't like the way she looks in the mirror. And then she goes, and then the Reebok store is next door and you're the Reebok coach. And she walks into the Reebok store and everything's just fitting her perfectly. And she's feeling the vibe and she's happy in there and she's liking the shoes and they're comfortable for her. She's going to buy Reebok. And am I going to sit there and be like, oh my God, my business isn't going to make it. I'm not going to be like, Nike is going to go under because this one person decided instead of buying Nike from me today, they're going to go to the Reebok store. No, my business is not going to go under. Nike's still going to sell tons and tons of shit and still going to make tons and tons of money. And so is Reebok, but they're going to attract different people for different reasons. So I think I had like a mind like shift with that whole thing. Cause I'm like, you have to let go of the people that don't want to be a part of your team. Because if I'm a brand, if I'm Nike coach, Marissa Myers, and there's going to be tons of people that are going to shop in my store and they're not going to buy because it's not a good fit for them. So that's how we have to remember when we're posting on our page and when we're creating our brand and when we're sharing our value and when we're growing our Instagram page and growing our Facebook pages. Not everyone is going to, be a fit for us. And we're going to have a lot of people that maybe follow our page and like our stuff and our followers and comment and whatever that still aren't going to be someone who's going to buy for us. So I think I just had like this mindset. I have to let go of that scarcity mentality and focus on like abundance, because like I said, Nike store is not going to cry over one person coming in and not buying from them. There's still going to be a successful business. So I have to keep remembering, like, just because this person already has a coach or she signs up with another coach or she chooses, it doesn't mean that there aren't people out there that are for me. that are my people that I need to help, you know? So I thought that was like a good like analogy to kind of to compare to like share with the team. Like brand, it's all about branding. It's all about you portraying who you are and, you know, and being and showing up as that every day and attracting the people to you that you are meant to help and that are meant to be a part of your team. And if we can just let go of that scarcity mentality, we're going to have a much easier time attracting the people that really are meant to work with us. So what I've decided to do is there's a couple things that I wanted to do. Number one, I know we didn't really finish the whole training, the 18-day coach training. I know none of us like finished the book. I'm on chapter 10. So what I was thinking about doing is number one, starting that again, but not in our team page, doing it in our actual Team Aloha Everyday Choices group and getting our clients that want to participate on board with reading personal development. They wouldn't be doing the checklist. They wouldn't be doing the BAT, but having Jana was talking about, I mentioned to Jana, like maybe we could create our own BAT for challengers. So it would have like the first couple boxes, like the Shakeology and the workouts and sharing on Instagram and like personal development. It would have like some boxes that they have to check off, but not like all the boxes. So you could create like a separate BAT for clients so that they can get on, you know, they can get in the habit of checking those boxes off and making sure they're doing all the work. And also adding personal development in. So I was thinking we could launch that when we start on the 21st. We're starting the work. So we could launch it in the team group, in the actual challenge group with our fitness people and our health, you know, people that we're coaching, and do it again. And we can just pick up and read the chapters wherever we left off. Because I think it would be good to instill good habits in our challengers, like doing personal development. Because then if they decide to become a coach and they're already checking off like half of those boxes, all they have to do to move into coaching is start checking off more of those boxes. You know, it's start in growing their Instagram account or Facebook, engaging with people, inviting people, all that stuff. So that was my one thought, which I mentioned last week, and I definitely think we should do that, and I think we should launch it on October 21st. So I'll do maybe a quick live video on the team page, or I'll just do a post and let people know and ask Jana if she would make she said she'd make a checklist for us in like an Excel spreadsheet. So I'll see if she can do that. And then secondly, if we want to, once we finish that 18 days, what we could do following that, leading up to the end of the year for our challengers, is we could do this Deepak Chopra abundance meditation, like for people that want to do it. They're 15 minutes a day. I don't want to do both of them at once. So we would do 3 weeks of like the personal development where we read the Slight Edge, and then we would move into the people that want to do, and that would be cool because it's a little different. It's not reading, you're just listening to it, and you just have to like sit in a quiet space, and it's like helping people bring more abundance into their life. I really think it has helped me. It's crazy that I happened to start that abundance meditation, and then I created this girl like signing up with another coach and having this whole like thing around scarcity and realizing that I still have this scarcity mentality. Like there's not enough people out there for me to help. It all happened at the same time. So I just think that it will be good for our challengers to do the meditation if they want to, because it will help them create more abundance in whatever it is in their life. It's not just material things. It's like more love, more happiness, more joy, more time, more energy, you know, all the things that we want to have more of. So that was my thought, like leading up towards till like that would be almost the end of the year, because it will be 3 weeks of the Slight Edge and then 3 weeks of the abundance meditation. And the other thing that I plan to do is I have a gratitude journal. It's like a 5-minute gratitude journal, and you write like 3 things you're grateful for, like 3 things that you want to make happen that day. And at the end of the day, you write 3 things that happened that were awesome, and then 1 thing that could have been improved. And so I'm actually going to create that journal to be just for Beachbody. Because I recognize that the reason I have this scarcity mentality too is I'm not seeing all the good things that are there. I'm looking at things that I'm lacking. Like I'm looking at, oh, she signed up with another coach, or oh, this, or oh, I lost this person, or this person's not, you know, it's instead of focusing on like the relationships that I'm building with you and Diana. And so I'm going to focus that journal on being in gratitude for the things that I do have with Beachbody, in hopes that I can switch that relationship and not keep showing up as this person who has this scarcity mentality, but I can rise up to a new level, feel abundant, and then create something different. So that's my plan for myself. And I'm just sharing that like with you because, you know, maybe it will be helpful for you. So that's all I wanted to share. I muted you, so I'm gonna unmute you. And I recorded it, so I can just post this in the team page, and they'll have something that they can watch, and it's only like gonna be 15, 20 minutes. So do you have anything to share about that, or questions, or anything?
No, well, I think it all sounds good. Yeah, the scarcity mentality is really huge. 'Cause it's like, man, and like you said, it's just, I don't know, it's just scared that they're gonna go away, or even scared that I'm not even gonna find my people is a whole other thing. Like I've been really, like at the beginning of the book, I was really like, yay, and then now, like towards the end, I'm searching the hashtags, and I'm finding like Beachbody coaches all over the effing place, and I gotta like figure out like how to find my people. You know what I mean? Because I can't, you know, it's just hard to find. I'm getting, I guess, the scarcity mentality for me is that I won't find anybody because it's overloaded and there's no one out there.
That's how I feel sometimes too. You just have to, then if that were the case, I would find some different hashtags then.
Yeah, I gotta
like, change
really,
up your hashtags.
Yeah, I gotta really try to dig deep, and I try to like put in, because you know how you can go to Instagram and put in the keyword, like, because you can put hashtag, and I know tattoo mom is really huge, but I try to look at the smaller ones, you know what I mean, to see if they're a little bit more creative, and I'll go in those, and I do find a few, you know, every now and then, but a lot of those either don't respond when I do the whole, and I'm being you know, me, it's not like I'm trying to sell, if that makes, like, I'm being authentic. Like, I really do like their stuff, and I really do like their pictures.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I only get like a few that answer me back, and I guess it's just because they don't know who I am.
Well, then you have to just keep going to their page. Like, don't just like do it one time. Like, go back to that person's page and keep liking their stuff and keep commenting, because that's how you build relationships with people. You know, it's like if you were not a coach, if you didn't have anything to sell on Instagram, and you were just doing Instagram as a social thing, because that's really what it was created for initially, how would you be engaging on Instagram? That's what you need to do. You'd be going to pages that you like, and you'd be liking their stuff and commenting on their stuff, you know, and you'd be consistently doing that. You'd be staying with that person. You wouldn't just do it one time and then move on to the next person, well, unless you decided you didn't really like their page, you know?
Right.
So I guess that's what I'm going to try to focus on smaller numbers, like maybe picking 10 people every month and just really focusing on really engaging on their page like every day. And you know, sending them a message and really connecting with them, and not just like, oh, I need to do 100 people, and then you don't really get like close with any of them. But if you focus on just like a handful, like if you found 10 people that were your people and you focused on like engaging on their page all month long, by the end of that month, you're going to have a relationship built.
Right. And that makes more sense to me than going to find people that, I don't know, because while I'm doing it, I'll find myself doing that. Oh, well, she's not my person because of this. I'm like, I have to like hit myself over the head. You know, I'm like, why wouldn't she be my person? Because she has that. I don't know. Like, I go back into the selling thing. You know what I mean? And I have to constantly remind myself to not do that.
Yep. Just have to think, like, just when you go into it, just imagine like, I'm not a Beachbody coach. I have nothing to sell. I'm just going on here to be social. And then put yourself in that mindset. And how would you be engaging with people? And then just be that, because that's authenticity. You know, that's not trying to sell. It's just being authentic. It's just engaging as yourself. So yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, I saw that you were drinking your Energize, weren't you?
Yeah.
So
yes.
You're about to work out?
I might. I gotta see. Man, all week I've been having like back of my neck. I think I woke up with it back here, and it's still like super